right, fans, here we go. SparStar Promotions is proud to present the re-rounds of mixed martial arts in the bantamweight division. This bout is sponsored in part by Fu Community. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, Michael Bell.
We're doing a good job.
And now, introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing black trunks. He is training out of Brian Espinosa's West Coast Jiu-Jitsu by way of Oxnard, California. He weighed in 135 pounds. His record, 1 win, no losses. With that win coming by way of stoppage, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Brandon, the Guitar Hero, Hernandez. His opponent across the cage on my right, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing red and white trunks. He is training out of Team Body Shop in Hawaiian Gardens by way of Downey. He weighed in 135 pounds. His record, 1 win, 1 loss. With his win coming by way of stoppage, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Dominic Osorio. All right, fans, here we go. 3 rounds of mixed martial arts in the bantamweight division.
All right, John, we pick right back up. And this is, what, our 10th fight so far?
I believe so.
Well, let's get to work, and let's go ahead and start telling you guys a little bit about this. Brandon in the black shorts. Dominic with excellent movement that might have spared.
Oh,
nope, just
stepping
kidding.
right over into mount. And this, oh man, this might be a quick fight. I like what Dominic's doing, though, trying to get up to 4 points, trying to shuck him over the top. This is not a bad technique.
No.
If he can get out without taking too much damage. Good back trip, though. And right back up.
Brandon has a mission right now, and that is to assure that not only he keeps Dominic down, but that he maintains control no matter what. No matter movement that Dominic is throwing at him, he is still maintaining some excellent pressure. But now it looks like Dominic may have found his way back up to the feet.
Oh. And some good hands, too.
Yeah.
Despite trying to go for that grappling, all the clinch work, make some little bit of space and throw some really heavy leather. Good kick, though.
Yeah.
Dominic seems very at home standing up here.
Yeah. It definitely slowed down the output from Brandon there, who now swings slightly off the mark, but I think now he registered the fact that Dominic has a very solid range for that kick. It does make you think twice about where you want to go.
Yeah. Oh, and he hits him. I'm not sure if he tripped, because sometimes when they step right up against the corner of the cage like that, it could. There's like a little gap, and you can kind of roll your ankle and fall. That might have been what happened, as opposed to actual damage putting him down. But either way, it looks good to the judges.
Just a cornucopia of knees back and forth right there.
Yep.
And we're close on time for this first round. He does
hook.
clip him. He might get the finish.
Out on his feet.
He might get saved by this bell, John. He's holding on for dear life, and Mike
that's
Bell
the end of round 1.
tells him to go ahead and take a second, go back to your respective corners. He looked a little light right there. For a split second, we were very concerned about Brandon. Wow.
Yeah, he was wobbled for sure. Good recovery, but he was in a lot of trouble.
I mean, it definitely worked out in his favor that was just toward the end of that round. But, I mean, Dominic was piecing together what could have been a finish. So, very interesting end to that first round.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that Brandon had that round right up until the end, and then I think Dominic might have stolen it away with that flurry.
Yeah, that's tough. Man. It just goes to show how quickly things can change. You think that you're in control. You do such great work for so much of that round, putting on the pressure, and things change so instantaneously that now you may not have won that round that you were being very, very solid in.
Yeah, that's the issue when you're standing and throwing wild, or even engaging with somebody throwing wild. Even if somebody is the more technical striker and has amazing movement and defense, with these smaller gloves and throwing everything into them, it just takes one, right? So.
Yeah.
Brandon using a little bit more caution, throwing some more feints, trying to get his way into the clinch, work his way into a takedown. Still throwing some pretty heavy shots, though. Backing. Oh, Dominic up, but Dominic landed a couple of times.
Good knee.
Nice snap down. Good.
Yeah.
Yep, and Dominic tries to roll through. He ends up on a inside grab on that leg. And he Grambies through.
Wow.
Good
Excellent
defense.
movement. Excellent movement by Dominic. But if you're looking at this from a credit standpoint, for Brandon's perspective, that's the strategy to go with. Like using that erratic wrestling movement to just create problems for Dominic. The issue that he found, Dominic's movement is very good and very, very quick in those high-pressure moments.
Oh,
nice 1-2 there.
Yeah,
Beautiful
it looked like
work.
he faked a kick and threw high that is like an overhand right or like a right hook and connected right on the chin. Really nice
Good
from
knee.
Brandon.
Yeah,
Drops
this is the
down.
smart time to do that
Excellent.
takedown. Well, good read there. Good read there by Brandon.
Man, it's not every day you see a Granby in MMA, especially like a picture-perfect one the way that Dominic threw it. So curious to see if he's got some more tricks up his sleeve.
I do want to say this. He picked his time and the right positioning on the cage, which has slowed down Dominic's ability to move. And that's when you start getting in those shots. And now he can get the back.
Yes, and that with both hooks in, it's a little bit, it's more difficult
at
to
least
start
he's
going
in
to 4
mount, and he
points.
can end with a better second round. But look how beautiful the movement is by Dominic. He's going to end this round compromised, but still not submitted. So,
but Brandon able to get to double hooks and through a seatbelt pulled Dominic over into that back control. He was able to capitalize on his good positions a little bit more towards the end of that round than he was in the first round. Very nicely done.
Listen, let's look at this real quick. Good flurry there. I mean, listen, even here on some of the shots being blocked, but that beautiful kick right there, that was well done and well scouted. Yeah. Overhand, and that might have been a trip, but I mean, it definitely was not helped by absorbing part of that strike. So now, good clip there.
Right,
that was the one that made us so concerned.
That right
John.
hook was, man, he really landed that well. That was excellent from Dominic. Brandon recovered well off of it.
And I wasn't sure if he would. Completely honest.
Good job from Brandon closing the distance.
And just in case you guys are wondering,
and
don't worry.
The snap down was excellent. And here's that beautiful, it was like a head Granby. Very nicely done.
Well, just in case you guys were wondering, these are nice to look at, but we do have one more round here. So do not worry. We still have some action left for you guys. That was just a good way to spend a few seconds getting just a little bit of where we've been here, because this has been a pretty solid back and forth. All right.
Yeah, great fight. A lot of good fights tonight. Really, this is turned out to be one of the best SparStar cards that I can remember in recent memory.
Yeah.
There's been some good ones lately, so it's saying something.
Definitely agree with you, boss. But look at this. It's so hard for Brandon to find that takedown right now because you have somebody who just moves so well. And if you really, if you're Brandon's team, I think it's critical to get that takedown to really secure this round. I think that's a major way to make sure that that movement is stilted.
Yeah, and see Dominic throwing that exaggerated uppercut there. That's he's looking to land it, but he's also looking to deter the takedown from Brandon. And Brandon is already thinking twice about shooting in. Yep.
Oh.
Especially you get clipped a few times like
Good
this.
awareness there.
Yeah.
Didn't quite take any absorption there, but still showing some danger there by Dominic, who throws up another high kick. Doesn't connect on this one. You know, this is where you get to that area where it is harder to trick your opponent. You've already had time. Good angle there by Dominic.
It it looked like Dominic stepped in and landed that left hand, but also got hit as well.
Yeah. But I think he was able to double up on it. I think he did it twice.
Oh, tried for the back fist.
Wow.
You should continue this motion. Roll underneath. Come up on the single.
Wow.
Looking for a Darce.
This is really key right now if you're Brandon.
And excellent defense.
Wow.
Throw him over the top. Absolutely. He's got to unlock his hands or face plant. He chose to face plant, and it still got Dominic out. Brandon landed some good shots, but Dominic answering back, and that's the end of it. Wow, what a fight.
John, I'm so mad. Have you ever gotten out of somebody trying to attack your back and just thrown them off where they looked like they're breakdancing on their head? Like, that was so incredible, because it wasn't just like he went off and rolled.
Yeah,
it was that
he slid on. Yes.
Like, went down. Like,
yes.
It's amazing. All right, let's look at the highlights again right now.
Some good highlights in there. There was that 1-2 that was in the third round. That was excellent.
So
Very
again,
clean.
In this round, we saw a little bit more of a calculation here. Except
he took a risk, which I like. He ended up on bottom. Not good.
It did.
But he turned around. He kept going. He found the single leg. Eventually, he was able to get back up.
Interesting fight all around here.
Yes, it was great. And it's so cool to see, like, back in the day, fighters used to be so much more one-dimensional.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing jiu-jitsu fighters that also have wrestling and also have at least a little bit of striking, right? So you're not seeing people that are just one art specialist. They have one thing that they're maybe best at, but they can do everything and aren't afraid to mix it up in there. So makes for exciting fights.
I do also want to point this out. Most people get confused when those transitions happen. They stay in a certain position, they get stuck. And sometimes a coach might yell out, "We need you to move," and they don't know where to move. In this particular case, Dominic knew where to move every single time, and he wasn't hesitating. It was automatic to him. So his team must be working some excellent kind of drills that put them in danger, that gets him so used to that, because a couple of those look like enders, between the back control and every single time he just effortlessly got out. He didn't even look like he was in and out for more than a half second. Meanwhile, on Brandon's side, you had the ability to strike. You had some great moments in between there. In that first round, it looked like it might have been nighty-night time, but then you rewoke and just recalibrated the fight to work more to your favor. I think the only thing I could have recommended to Brandon was, I think this is one of those rare cases where if you have somebody this wiry, almost that 2-on-1 control on that arm, if you're trying to take that back, might slow them down. I thought that was my best hope, but the hard part about it is they get slippery toward the end. And it's hard because those common areas of trying to control somebody when they move as wildly as Dominic does.
The 2-on-1 control, what do you mean?
I think there was a certain moment when he had the back, because he did have the back for a split second.
When Brandon had the back?
Yes.
Yep. You mean in the second round, he got both hooks in and took the back like 2 different times, and it was it was decent control, right?
I think it was a good start. But when Brandon started working that escape, he was already moving in a way that looked like he was going to say, like, hey, just take him out, right? In that particular transition, I thought that was the one time where I go, oh, you know what? Maybe at that point, if you, instead of going to a seatbelt grip, you go to a 2-on-1, you can slow down that transition, or at the very least end up with an arm that's a little more compromised. But that's the best guess that I had for somebody with that erratic
Ladies and
movement.
gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, once again, let's give both fighters a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have a split decision. Judge at cage side, Felicia O scores the bout 29-28 in favor of Osorio. Judge at cage side, Don Howard scores the bout 29-28 in favor of Hernandez. And judge at cage side, Carlos Shaud scores the bout 29-28 in favor of our winner by split decision, the red corner, Dominic Osorio.
That's right, fight fans. Dominic, how you feeling, brother?
Feeling fucking good. After that performance, I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Now, who do you train with?
Huh?
Who do you train with?
I train with Team Body Shop with AJ McKee, Antonio O'Kee, and Lyle Watson.
And you got a big fan base here, right?
Yep.
Any shout outs to your fans?
Yep. Shout out to my friends and family for coming and all the support for my team.
And then shout out to your sponsors.
Nah, no sponsors right now.
No sponsors yet. Get this guy some sponsors right now. Once again, make some noise for Dominic Osorio.
Well, all right, listen. Dominic is maybe a little shy, but I'll tell you this much. Since he's not going to say great words about himself, I'm going to tell you this. I think that first round, that close to knockout, made it hard to not give him that round.